Good evening, everybody. We are back with another 5 rooms in our 100 room challenge. Now, of course, this series is dedicated to my first 100 subscribers on YouTube. We are way past that now, and that's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying my content. Thank you again to my first 100 subscribers. It means a lot to me that you guys are following me and just genuinely showing interaction and just enjoying the videos. So we are only 4 away from actually completing this challenge. I can't believe that it's come this far. It's taken way longer than I thought it would, but we are getting so close to actually finishing it and doing 100 rooms in The Sims. So let's crack on with today's video. We're going to be doing 4 of the larger rooms today, followed by 1 of the smaller ones. So I think I'm going to go with these ones that are around here, just so that we can kind of keep everything close to the doors that we've made from the other rooms. So I'm going to start with this room here, just because it's in between 2 doors. It'll make it quite easy to do. And we've got a nice little outside section, so we do have windows in this one, which always makes the rooms slightly better than if you were doing one of the ones on the inside where they unfortunately don't have windows. So for this one, I'm going to be doing a living room, and I think I'm going to try and go for very like blue and yellow colors, like a color scheme. I think it should be quite good. I'm going to go with like more modern design as well. I think that it should look pretty nice, and because we've got this edge bit here, we should get a really good window in there as well. I'm not going to include a door in this one just because we've got 2 doors already on both sides here, and we have another door here from our other room that leads us into this room here, so we don't really need to add any more. So let's start with our walls, I think, and then we can go on to our floors and our windows, which I'm going to add on this side. We're going to have quite big windows, and that's always like one of the best parts about being able to add in like the windows into there, is that you can do really large ones as well, because we do have it on the like medium setting height. So I'm going to go with, I think, this quite like darker blue, and then we do have white in this other room, so I am going to change this door to white just because it will work in both rooms, and it works for this door as well just because we do have a bluey grey door down there, so it should be fine. In regard to our floor, I think I'm going to try and stick to the dark blue throughout the main part of it, and then we can kind of move on afterwards to the more like yellow tones as more like accents. Trying to decide if I want to do it as carpet or whether it might look better as wood. I don't even know if you can get a dark blue as a wood color. Another alternative is that we could actually go with white, but I would rather like try and keep it to primarily like the blues and yellows. So let's go with that. I think that looks pretty good. It looks a little bit more like neutral compared to some of the other colors. Then we can go in and pick our windows. So I think I'm going to pick white just because we do have the white door. I am thinking like this one. We can look at the slightly taller windows as well, because those might work as well. And obviously we're going with a bit more of a modern design, so modern windows would be better. Maybe even like something crazy like this. That's quite modern. Yeah, let's go with these ones. I don't think I've ever used them before. I'm going to put just 2 next to each other like this. Maybe even like a little bit more in the middle. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Actually, I don't know if we're about to actually split them up. We've done like a lot of split up windows like this. I don't know if it works just because we've got this strange middle section then. Yeah, I think go with that, because then we can put something exciting in this middle part here. Let's maybe have a look at like a bookcase. It could be quite good in that middle part. We can find maybe something yellow. I mean, to be fair, the yellow does kind of work. Or we've got, that definitely does not work. I'm not going to go with that one. This is kind of cool. I feel like we're going with a different vibe, but the shapes of this match the windows. So we're going to go with that one. I'm going to go with something a bit different. It's going to be a bit more of a chaotic room. So I'm going to add in our sofa, which I think I'm trying to decide on whether I want it on this side or this side, because we could put it here and then put the TV here. This is kind of in the way though now, which is a little bit annoying. I'm trying to think of a way that works best for this. An alternative is that we put the TV on the back wall and actually put the sofa in the middle of the room, which is very strange, but I feel like it might work. Let's give it a go and see how it looks. Obviously, we're going to want a yellow sofa. Let's see what kind of yellow sofas we have. This one's crazy. I don't know whether that'll be a good sofa. I've never seen this one before. That one's mad. It's got like tiger print on it. An alternative is that we actually like make our own sofa using these, but I don't know if that'll look as good. And we are going with a bit more of like crazy kind of sofas, so we could pick something like this. Yeah, let's go with that. Then I'm gonna add it, I guess, just in the middle. We can put little seats on the sides as well. Then I want a rug as well. So let's go see if they've got any cool yellow rugs. How do we feel about this rug? I feel like it weirdly goes with the weird patterns that we're kind of picking. This is going to be a very garish room, but I kind of like it. I think it looks really cool. If I pull this back a bit, we can put some chairs there as well. It kind of sucks that this is so far over to this side. I don't know whether we can shift some of these over and maybe have it like there instead. That does work a little bit better, I think. This is is a bit annoying, but it's fine because we can just put one chair here. And let's have a look if there's any like cool yellow love seats maybe. We do have like this one, which is actually kind of cool. I don't know if it goes with the room, but I guess we're just kind of doing a very odd room at the minute, so it does weirdly go. Let's see if there's any other odd chairs that we could add in. We do have this as well, which is actually perfect for being like a kind of footstool if I didn't want to include a side table. We could have this strange little chair in the corner as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. We can put a little side table somewhere, I guess on this side here. Might be in the way of the door though. If I could put it there maybe, so that it's kind of next to both of them. If I shift this over, how does this look? I don't know if it works because it's a rounded like table, and that doesn't really work when we've got a lot of jagged edges. What if we just put like a block? If I make it a little bit smaller, like here, how does that look? It's very weird, but I kind of like it. Then if we put like a light on it or something like a lamp, do we have any very strange looking lights? This one's pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with this one. I'm going to have to place it differently though, just because it is a little bit taller than that. There we go. So I added some little books and a lamp, which look very strange. And then we can go ahead and add in our TV on this back wall here, which I want to add a very big one on. So go grab a, maybe one of these? I don't really know. Do something like that. That kind of works. I feel like it needs to be less rounded though. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with like this little like sort of unit thing here, and then we can put a big TV on the wall. So I'm going to go with like this huge one here. It might actually be better to try and do something a bit different maybe underneath it, because it's such a long space. What if we did like this combined into each other? Or we can stretch it out and make it like super long. How does that look? I think it's a bit too much actually. It's annoying that there's nothing that's long enough, but I do like this. I think this works if I maybe make this a little bit smaller, but I do like the huge TV as well. That's really annoying. Nah, I feel like that is all right. Let's add some decorations. I think that's what that needs. Add some like little plants and things. So add just a little one here. There you go. So I've just gone ahead and added some little pictures onto there, and obviously the plant. Then we can go ahead and add like maybe some kind of symmetrical decorations on either side of the TV, but I'm not too sure what I'm actually going to add. Even if it's just like some wall decorations like this, that looks pretty cool. Could do two, see how that looks. If I do that on one side and do it on the other, how does this look? I think that looks pretty cool actually. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then I think maybe a plant over on this side as well next to this seat. Oh, I did actually just have a quick thought. What if we also added in some lengthways ones here? No, I don't think that works as well. That's fine, we'll leave it as is. Let's grab a plant to go in this corner. I'm thinking obviously something square, so something like this. Yeah, that works. Then let's go over to the other side of the room where we do have our little like bookcase. Think it could be cool to have a big fan maybe as well, just coming down from the ceiling. Put it here so it's directly over the seating area. What about like a modern fireplace? I feel like that might be quite good. We put it like here maybe, just so that it's in the room and can still heat up the room. Then we can add a big picture above it as well. So you need like a big modern picture for it that matches the color palette obviously that we're going with. Ooh, this works. Yeah, that looks nice. Then back around and we've got this section over here still. Maybe like a big speaker or something could be quite cool, so that when you're entertaining guests it seems a little bit like more of a party kind of like chill out space. We could do like a bit of an older one maybe. This one has like the same colors. That looks really cool actually. Yeah, let's go with that. Then obviously we need something above it again. What about like this? That is really weird in yellow. I'm not a massive fan. This looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'm going to go with this if we make it like a little bit smaller. There we go. Drag it just so it's above it. And there we go. I really like that room. I think it's such a strange room, but I think it came out looking really cool. Okay, let's go on to our next room, which is this one over here. So for our next room, I had this cool idea that if we had like a kitchen, which obviously we've done quite a bit before, but we make it an abandoned kitchen. So it's like real rough and there's like bits of like cabinet doors falling off and stuff. Obviously that's going to be a little bit difficult to do, but there is ways that we can do it where there's like gaps underneath all the cabinets and things. So I think that could look pretty good. I'm going to do it so it's got a split anyway. So it's like a bit more of like a, obviously you got tile on one bit and then like it looks normal on the other. So we can have a look at, I think there's like a special, is it special? No, it's not special. Is it under styles? There you've got shabby, which is like perfect for it. So let's look at all the stuff they're calling shabby. So I'm thinking we go with something like this for the main part of it, because it can have like a little dining section, and then we can put like really rough looking tile or something on the top part, like on like this back wall here, or maybe like this wall and this wall. That could work. Let's see what kind of tiles they have. Or we could do like rough looking brick maybe. Trying to work out what would look better. best. Or we could do the whole thing like this, but I feel like that would look really rough. Yeah, let's do like this one, but we'll do it only across one wall. So I think I'm going to do it against like this wall here. It does make it feel like it's a little bit of an older kitchen, but I really hate like this wall that we've picked here. So let's have a look at a different wall maybe. Maybe go with this one instead. Yeah, I think this one's a little bit better. We could do it darker actually. Yeah, let's do it in a darker, like this slightly darker tone. Then we can go ahead and pick our floor. Again, looking for more of like a shabbier floor. I think this looks pretty good actually. Or we've got like this one. I think this one's better actually though. It matches the colors a little bit better. It's a shame that we don't have like matching tiles that are that kind of rugged, like rough looking tiles. Because I think we can get these ones, which are pretty close. Actually, those look pretty good as well. Could go with that. Yeah, I like that more. I think that looks a little bit better. Then we can go ahead and pick. We do have like some like cobwebs and things that I'm going to just add into these corners. I don't know where I'm going to put tiles and things though, like wall items and stuff. So we might have to reevaluate some of those. Put a crack in the wall as well. Obviously add holes and things. Probably would have been better to do these things after. I actually find it a little bit easier to do when there isn't anything else in the room. There we go. That looks okay for now. I think the holes in the walls don't really make sense with the tile. So I'm just going to move those over a little bit. We haven't really got anything on the other side actually. Let's move them over there. Then we could do a couple more cracks, but I'm not too sure where I'm going to put things at the minute. So this is probably fine for now. Then I do need a door, and I'm going to put the door like around here that leads us through to the next bit. We can have all of our other bits going across here. I do want like a kind of basic looking door. Something like this works quite well. That one's quite new, which is kind of annoying, but obviously it works for that room. Then I'm going to swap this light out for, we do have like just light bulbs, which works super good for like literally any of the like sort of older designs that we're going with where they've been left. Although we do have like this as well, and this is kind of cool. But I am going to go with just the bulb, which is here. So we're going to go with, I guess, two. Put one there, one here. They're a little bit dark, so it's good to add two of them in. Then we do need our windows as well, so I'm going to grab some windows from here. I'm going to do, I don't really know what kind of windows actually. Obviously it's like a bit of an older kind of place because it's been abandoned, so something like this maybe. Those are actually quite good. I'll add two of those in. We'll shift this over a bit. Actually, I'll put them lower down. We'll do them like here. I think it looks a little bit better. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. Then let's go over to this bit and we can start adding in our cabinets. So obviously we're going to want the dingiest of like little bits, so things like this works perfect. We're going to go with all the cheapest options because they do look a lot rougher than the other ones. The annoying thing I find with this though is that they don't actually have any that match up with the colour of that fridge for some reason. So I could change the colour a little bit so that it matches better. We could just go with like white, then these would be the ones that would match, which it all does kind of match in the room. So we'll go with those and then go all the way across, grab ourselves a rough looking oven, probably just like this one, right? Yeah, that works. Does it come in white? It does. It doesn't look as good though for some reason. We could do, yeah, to be fair, that works. Then the trick to doing like gaps underneath it is actually to grab like an oven or something like that and just make it smaller, so we can have some gaps underneath here like this so that it looks more rough, and then we can add a bunch of stuff underneath it as well. Then obviously we need a sink too. Just gonna pick like a crappy sink. There we go. We'll do it in yellow. We seem to be doing a color sort of theme here. Then we'll grab a bin and just add that underneath it. Which bin would be best? Probably this one. I'm just going to add it here so that it actually takes up that little bit of space where we can see the oven. Then I'm just going to add in some boxes or something to the other one. We can add more in there as well afterwards. Just trying to think of what sort of stuff you could have under there. Just a bunch of random things to fill in that gap. Make it look a little bit more like it's been left as well. I do one there, do a little one, then we could add in an end one. That looks okay. Then I'm actually thinking about grabbing like this one for this, but it looks a little, still it looks too new. Or this one, that's a bit better actually. Yeah, let's go with that one. Then smoke alarm, and then I guess we need something over here on this side just to fill it in. We could actually do like a lot of clutter, but I don't know how well that's going to work. Definitely need, I don't know, maybe more stuff down underneath this gap, just random things. There you go. I think that's a little bit better. Don't know if there's anything that we'd put up on top of the fridge, or whether it would be best to just leave it. We could do like maybe this random item. Yeah, that looks a little bit more better. That looks better. I think let's do like a little island thing as well, just because if you had a room this large you would probably have one. Just gonna do, I guess we'll do like a little one and then maybe an end. What does the end of it look like? We'll just do a little round one and then add some more bits on top of it so it looks a bit like dirty still. Do we have any like dead plants actually? That could be really cool. If we grab this, which is like a pile of dead leaves, and then stick like a dead looking plant on top. I don't know if there are actually any dead plants though. I feel like that's something that's missing and that would look really cool if you actually did have that. This is, I mean, that kind of looks like it could be a dead plant. What else would work well? It does have leaves on it, which is kind of annoying. An alternative is that we just get a plant pot, and that way it looks like it did have something in it that died. I feel like that'll work. Yeah, let's go with that instead. So we do have some pots somewhere. I can't really think about where they are. Ooh, we actually have to just like regular pans as well. I'll just put those there. We could do this thing in here as well. See, that one looks a little bit too new. Maybe this one? Yeah, that looks better. Put it over there. Just kind of putting a lot of clutter in here as well. Here we go. So these are some pots, but not really like the ones I was kind of thinking. I wanted just one big plant pot. Does this one work? That one kind of works. Yeah, we'll put that there. Then we'll just also add some random jars and things. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then over here, let's grab a dining table. This is the one I feel like is going to be harder to make it look rough. Does it come up with shabby if we go into dining table? Oh, you got like a plant in a like random tin. Okay, so we have just like a wooden table. I guess that kind of works. And then we can grab, is there any chairs? Oh yeah, there's like broken chairs. That works pretty well. We'll just put like, do I want to do all four? Yeah, we'll do all four. If I can kind of match the wood, maybe. I think the issue is the wood doesn't match super great. Yeah, that looks all right. And then is there anything that we can put on the actual table? Don't really know what you'd have on it. Maybe just like that. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, cool. I mean, I can't really think of anything else I want to add in here because obviously it's abandoned, so you don't want to add too much. But I think that looks really cool. Okay, let's move on to our next room then, which is this one. And I was thinking I'm going to do like a really large plant bedroom. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe. So our plant-themed bedroom, I'm thinking I'm going to go with a lot of warmer sort of earth tones, just because I think that that'll look quite good in a room where we've got a lot of like greens anyway. So I'm going to go with a sort of basic flooring like this, and then we'll go and grab maybe just some kind of wallpaper. We could even go with something a bit more like niche like this, but I don't know whether that's going to work super great. Yeah, actually, you know what? We're doing a plant-themed room. Let's pick plant-themed wallpaper as well. Let's see if I can get any like bedding that also has like some kind of plants or flowers or something on it. We can go with like fully plant themed. Gonna have to do a bit of searching though in order to actually find anything like that. There we go. So this one has plants on it, so we could go with this. It is a completely different kind of plant style though, so I don't know if it goes super great. I'll put it in for now and see whether we can find anything else that has similar plants on it. This one works better. I like this one more, and it's got like all these cute little like leaves and things on it as well. I don't think that there's any other that match the color a little bit better. No, we'll go with that one. I think that that does somewhat match. Then I was thinking about doing cabinets all up the walls as well, just to give us some more like wardrobe-y kind of vibes about the room. I don't really know what that means, but you know, more surfaces I guess that we can then put more things on. Tell you what, let's go with a little bit of a different design. I'm going to shift this over. I'm actually going to put a platform down because I think it'll help split up the room a little bit, because I'm not like the biggest fan of just square rooms, but I think this should make it feel a little bit better. So I'm going to go with this kind of style so that you can still get up onto the bed, and then I'm going to pick like some kind of wood for the background, I think. And obviously we're going to try and match it to the wood color we've already got. This one's not too bad actually. The annoying thing is that if we pick this, it's going to go in a different direction to the one we picked there. We could see if there's any that go that other direction, but I feel like it just wouldn't look that great. Yeah, there's none that really match, so I think we're going to have to go with this one. Then let's drag it all the way across there, and then we can go ahead and grab pillars for both sides to make it look a little bit more even. I feel like I could go with like this pillar just because it's the same like roundedness from the bed, so it does actually kind of go a bit better. Don't know if that's the right kind of color though. This is a very dark room for some reason. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go with those as the color. Then I'm gonna add in obviously our flooring. So I don't really know what kind of different flooring we could do actually. To be fair, we could do carpet in the rest of the room and then hardwood on this section here, like this. Then if we grab a carpet for the rest of it, maybe just something like this, it does look a little bit comfier actually. Or we could go with like really soft carpet, but I think that might be a bit much. We could do like green. I don't know how does that look? This is a very strange design. I feel like it just doesn't go very well. I don't really like the green carpet. Or we have blue, which blue actually works a little bit better. Matches the bed a lot more. This is a very garish room at the minute. So now I'm looking and I'm like, this might actually suit better. Yeah, let's go with that. That actually the colors work a lot better for that room. Then let's grab ourselves a little like platformy bit. So obviously we want it to kind of match with the wood that we've already got here. I think this one matches pretty well. Then I'm going to add in some shelving behind the bed so that we can actually add more plants to it, because of course we need more plants. So I'm going to go with probably just like a light wood so that it matches. With one there and one there, maybe? Yeah, I feel like that works. And then I do then want to start adding all of our plants in. I'm going to add some pictures as well because I think that could look pretty good. So I'm just going through and adding in a few little pictures that look like it kind of goes with the room. Any that include plants would be perfect. There we go. So we've added some pictures, and then I'm going to go ahead and add maybe just like one more plant. I think I'm going to have to like raise it up though. We'll just pop it like here. Yeah, that looks good. And then I want to add a long plant hanging down there as well, like this. And then I might change the color of the long plant, but we'll work it out in a second. And actually I think the color's pretty good. And then we can go ahead and do the rest of the room. Actually, I guess we could add a couple more bits as well. There is like a little bit of space on these walls. Don't know how many plant related pictures there actually are. We've got this one. This one's perfect. I'm gonna add it just there. Might need to make it a bit smaller actually. It kind of looks like it takes up a lot of room. I'll just put it there. And then are there any more that we can put above that? We do have this, but it's quite big. If we make it a little bit smaller, maybe put it like there. Yeah, that looks good. Then let's go over to here. I was thinking about putting like a side table or something here so that we could put more stuff onto it. Alternatively, we could just put a big bookcase, which could be really cool actually because it's right next to the bed. Let's see what kind of big bookcases we have. I was thinking like something like this. If we put it here, it looks a little odd, but I think it's kind of cool that it's just like right next to the bed. I mean, I could shuffle it over and we could put a light there, but it depends on what kind of lights we have. I think we do have some cooler lights that I think might work quite well, like something like this. Oh, that one looks really cool actually. Yeah, let's go with that. And then let's add in all of our plants to like the top part of this as well. There we go. So I've added a bunch of plants around there too. And then we can move over to the next part, which I'm thinking about doing like a TV on that wall, but I kind of want to add loads of like surfaces obviously so that we can add way more plants onto there as well. So maybe let's see if we can work out a way to fit a TV in there as well. So what if we did like something like this? Actually, we'd need like a flatter one first, I think. Yeah, one of these, which the TV can go onto, and then these, which we can then put next to it. Could do one of these on both sides, then grab the normal sized ones. They don't really work going on top, actually. Maybe do it the other way around. And then the idea was we grab some skinny ones that we can then just add in here. How does that look? I mean, it's kind of cool. We can put loads of plants on top as well. Then let's grab our TV. I kind of feel like it needs like something in the back though. I don't know if I can get something that works there just to like cover it up. There we go. So I could use something like this. It does have a pattern though, so it's not like perfect, but at least it's something different from having like the wallpaper in the back. Then we can add our TV in. There we go. That's pretty cool. Then obviously we need all of our plants all across the top. We can have some plants underneath as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to settle with just that as the amount of plants. Otherwise, I think it might look a little bit too much on that one bit there. And then as we go over here, obviously we need, I was thinking just like a massive wardrobe or something. We do have this wardrobe, which looks super cool because it has little flowers on it. So it actually works really well in this room, but it is really tiny. So I think I'm going to put it, I don't even know, like there maybe. It's not that big, so we are going to need like maybe a bigger one as well. Or does this one have plants on it? No, but it does kind of work better in the room. Let's go with that one instead. Then I do want a mirror, so I think I'm actually going to, let's shuffle this up a little bit like there, and then we can put a big mirror on the other side, like on this bit here. We put it like here. We could, I'm going to have to put it there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then you have that little bit there. I might actually put a little seat there. I think that'd be cool. Find one that kind of works with the design we're going with. Maybe this. It's a little bit of an older chair though. Yeah, it doesn't work super great in the room, I don't think. Or we have like a more modern chair like this. I think that works better. Okay, and then we do just have like this little area here. I might include a rug actually in this middle part. I can probably find a good one that matches. How does that look? I think that looks a bit crazy. There's a bit too much pattern going on. Maybe just like that. I don't know if that actually works because it's a bit too like dark. Oh, the green one looks really good though. Okay, let's go with the green one. Then I think in this corner over here we just add some plants, and then I think we're done. Add like a little orange tree, then maybe like a taller one over here as well, so we've got even more plants in there. Just add a little one on the ground. How does that look? I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I like that as a room. That is such a cool room. Okay, and then that one's done. We can then move on to our next one. I'm gonna do this room next, I think. Oh, I just realized we didn't actually include a door, but that is actually fine because we've kind of left perfect door shape right there. So let's grab a door. I'm probably just going to use the same one that's there. That actually fits perfectly. I don't know how I managed that. Then we can move on to our next room, which is this one, which technically we didn't really need a door for because we do have a door here, but it's fine. Actually, we'll leave the door. I know we had that perfect door shape, but it's not really necessary because we do have a door there. So our next one's going to be super weird because the idea that I had for this one was actually going to be a indoor chicken coop. I just kept seeing the chicken coop and just really wanted to make an entire room for it. So let's try do that. It's quite big, so it does take up like quite a lot of the room, which is a little bit annoying, but we can just stick it right against the edge here, or like pull it out, I guess, a little bit so that it's like this. I always find that when I put it straight up against a wall, it tended to glitch, which is definitely not what we want. Then I think I'm actually going to do a open doorway, maybe? I mean, we could literally, let's change this to actually be a fence, and then next episode we can do a bit more of an outdoor kind of room. I'll do like a quite big fence though. I forget that none of them are really that big, so I guess we're going with that one. Then I wanted to use this cute little like fence hedge bit, like walkway. It does kind of annoy me though that it isn't like a proper wall. I might have to actually make it a wall. How does it look if you put the wall there? Not that great with that fence. What if we made the walls shorter? Yeah, that's not as bad. Let's do that instead. Then what I was thinking was obviously we want to go ahead and make it a bit more grassy. So I'm actually going to remove the ground. That way it gives us a little bit more freedom in terms of the terrain tools. Now for the rest of it, I was thinking brick or this like stone cobbly type stuff. But to be fair, I'm probably going to go with brick just because I think it looks a little bit nicer in like the farm kind of feeling. Maybe like this. That is weird. To be fair, I don't know how often I'm ever going to actually use that one. But these ones are quite nice. If I can find a different colour, maybe something like this. Or we can go with a bit more realistic kind of brick. I think this one's my favourite. I think I'm going to go with this one. And then we'll do the same on this side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we can go ahead and add in the rest of it. So I don't really know what I was kind of thinking in terms of this. And like having them be chickens. What happens if you type in chicken? What comes up? Not much. We do have a cute little chicken like statue thing though, which is kind of cool. What if we put that on top of our little fence here? Does this look weird? Is this weird? We've kind of made it into like a chicken fence. I mean, I like it. I think it looks cool. I think it's definitely going to be going through the ceiling, but I think it looks awesome. Then I guess for some of the other stuff we could do like one of these on this back section for like cleaning out the actual chicken coop, something like this. That works pretty well. And then what else would you actually have? Let's have a look at all the stuff that comes with the cottage set and then go from there. We do have like this cute little thing which I might include literally just over this regular looking door just to make it look a little bit more cottagey, like cottagecore. Or we can include this one maybe. Hey, that one looks a little bit better. Let's do that one over there. Can I make it a little bit lighter? I feel like it's a bit too dark. Yeah, that looks better. Got this cute little barrel in front of it. Got this little like sunflower gnome as well. This thing has a chicken on it. I'll include this in this corner over here. Trying to think of what you'd have like on the outside walls really. You could do something like that. I feel like we've done that a lot though. Ooh, definitely some like little straw bits around. I think that could look cool. Let's stack some up actually. Yeah, that looks good. And then we can, I guess, just add in a bunch of bushes and stuff. What else has it got outside for sculptures actually? Actually, we could maybe give them a little watering hole. We do have a little fountain here though that we could just include. Kind of looks a little bit like a well. So I guess that kind of works. Pick a different colour for it. Maybe like this one. Yeah, that suits a little bit better. Then we can go ahead and add in a bunch of plants. I'm going to have to use like a lot of bushes I think for this because it's not really going to work if we do like bigger trees and things. Don't really want to include like too many just because I think it'll look a little bit strange, but I just want to have them like scattered around so that it looks prettier. Maybe add some like flowers and things around where the actual chicken coop is. I think that looks pretty good. We do have this whole section here which I'm not too sure what I want to do with it. I mean, we could include like just a bunch of flowers or plants or something like this. Yeah, we'll include a few of those just to make it look a little prettier. Then definitely need more plants. There we go. And then we can go in with our terrain and just change it up a little bit so that it looks a little bit more realistic. So I'm just going to grab this and just drag it over all the way to the end here. I normally use dirt, so let's maybe have a look at adding some of that in as well. Add it in underneath our little chicken coop and our little hay bales and this thing just to make it look a little bit more like it's actually got something sitting there. Add like a few little patches of it in. Then I think it needs like some wall lights or something. Maybe like this and this. Does that look all right? Maybe it needs a different one. Or we could have some floor lights. Yeah, that works actually a little bit better. We just need more stuff on the walls. I feel like there just isn't enough. Maybe like a little reef. Actually, that's really cute. Yeah, let's go with that. I think that's actually it for this. I can't really think of a lot of other things that I can actually add, unless we wanted to add like a little bit more ivy. That might work. I just do a couple of them going up this corner here. At least then it looks a little bit more natural, although we do have some fake ivy that we've sort of grown there that looks a little bit different. We can actually have it going across a little bit more. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Cool, yeah. Okay, so I think that one's done, and we can now move on to our last room, which is going to be our smaller room for this evening. And it's going to be, I guess, this one. Annoyingly, we're going to need 2 doors, so I'm trying to think about where I'm going to put this door, because I don't think we've got, yeah, the other ones don't don't have any leading doors to them, unless we just added a door to there, but then this whole section would be all on its own, which you wouldn't be able to access then. So we're definitely going to need a door. I'm going to use, I'm trying to think. So I wanted this to be like an industrial kind of office space, but I don't really know what kind of door you'd have for that. Maybe like this. And then I guess a lighter wood, like, I guess a darker wood actually. You'd normally have dark wood, wouldn't you, for like industrial? So like this, and then a brick wall. Go back and grab brick. That is not a very good brick, I don't think, for inside. Maybe like actually one of these. I tend to use these kind of bricks when it comes to inside, just because they have a little bit less definition. Let's go with this one. I think this one's okay. Yeah, let's go with a slightly darker one. I think the issue is that it does feel very dark. Let's grab a different light. I think it needs the bulb again. I quite like that one. So let's grab that, stick it here. I am going to grab another light as well, just because it is quite dark in here. That'll make it a little bit better. I think I need a lighter floor actually. So let's go grab the lighter version. I wish there was a stage in between these two. One's too bright and one's too dark. Let's have a look at other woods. Maybe we'll find a different one. Okay, this one's a little bit better. This is feeling like a very rough kind of room though, which is not really what I was aiming for when I was thinking industrial. Then I'm thinking something like this works really well for what I was thinking. We could put it there, then have something else on this side, like this. That works really well, actually. We do have more industrial type stuff, which I think I'm going to include on the other side here. I actually kind of want to look at what they consider as like all of the industrial stuff. This chair is kind of what I was thinking. It is a different wood though, like a different kind of color. Yeah, we'll go with that one. We do have like some pretty cool plants, but we don't have enough space to be able to put them there, which kind of sucks. Could you weirdly have a sink in your office space? I actually kind of picture this as like you have this weird bunker like outside your house with like your office in it, and it's just to kind of get away, so you do kind of have a sink in there as well. We can make it a little bit more rough, I think. Add some like slight cracking and stuff in, but like not a massive amount. I don't want it to be dirty, but this kind of does feel like it's more of like this strange box outside in your house that you've made into an office. Oh, there's a little like heater. I haven't seen this before. You could have a little heater in there instead. I think this works a little bit better though. You do have obviously this big lamp which doesn't really fit in, which kind of sucks. We do have this one though. We'll include this one. Put a big clock on the wall. Then we can go in and grab our computer. I'm going to pick probably like just something like this. It's a bit more of a basic one. This is actually a really cool office. And then I think it needs like some plants, but like, and like other decorations and things, but like more ones that probably don't need a lot of light. No, maybe it doesn't need plants. No, actually, maybe it doesn't. Let's just go with other random stuff that kind of works. I don't even know what that box is meant to be there. Add in a little box of tissues, just some general bits and bobs for, I guess, like storing stuff. Could put these up here actually. Where's the ones that are like stacked? Yeah, these. If I like turn them sideways. Put a little pair of shoes down here as well, just to make it feel like it's a little bit more crowded. Some books. Definitely change those from the colour though, I guess, to like that. More storagey bits. Some little like blocks and stuff. This is a really weird room, and I don't really think there's a lot else that I can even add. Let's see, is there like a towel rack or something that I can just put like a little one there? Yeah, like this. If I grab it in grey, we just put it there. It's a very weird office, but I actually really like it. Cool, I think that's all done for today then. I think that my favourite room from today's builds definitely has to be the living room. I think it's really strange how it actually kind of works together. It's very like abstract, and a lot of the pieces are just very random, but they're all similar shapes, so it actually works really well. I really like the kitchen as well. I really like the fact that it's like abandoned and just has loads of little bits everywhere and stuff. But let me know in the comments which one was your favourite. We only have 3 more episodes to go before we have actually completed this challenge. So if you're enjoying this challenge so far, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post long videos like like this every Wednesday and Friday at around 6 p.m. I also try to post shorts daily. If you enjoyed this episode and you've missed any of the other ones, the series playlist is on the screen now, as well as a recommended video. So I hope you all have a great evening.